friends, you all know that Pakistani guests always used to get invited in Indian shows, English as well as the Hindi shows, because Hindi and Urdu, of course, they sound like same, and of course, both of the countries they can understand each other very well. And I am someone who often gets invited to Indian shows, especially Republic channel, and since the war, of course, Pakistani guests were not being invited into any of the shows of India, especially related to Indo-Pak conflict. And yesterday was the very first day after May 2025 war between Pakistan and India that any of the guests from the Pakistani side they were invited into their show. And as I have mentioned here, that it wasn't the Indo-Pak issue on which Pakistani guests are invited. I mean, I was invited related to Iran-Israel conflict, and guess what? In front of me, normal Indian guests were not there at all. It was a bunch of Indian Muslims who were present in there. Yes, there were other guests as well, but somehow they were not supposed to involve in this debate, and especially people like KK Sinha, General KK Sinha. He was present in the debate, but probably he wasn't supposed to uh, jump in this debate. Reason being, they just wanted to exclusively have me facing Indian Muslims, which I did. And the kind of encounter it was, of course, they just wanted to highlight this, that Pakistan somehow did not stand with the Gaza, did not stand with Palestine, did not stand with Iran. In contrast, Pakistan was standing with Israel or US, which is utter nonsense, which is utterly fake news. Let me highlight here that Pakistan condemns and always condemns when it comes to Israel fighting against the innocent people of Gaza, fighting against the innocent people of Palestine, and fighting against Iran and the air raids which were conducted by Israel on Iran. They were categorically condemned by Pakistan, and the evidence is their parliament themselves. There were shouts within their own parliament. I'm talking about the Iranian parliament, in which, of course, they were thanking Pakistan for standing for Iran. But in this particular debate, whatever happened, it is entirely a propaganda. It is entirely the fake news which was being propagated with the help of all of these Muslims sitting on the other side, Indian Muslims, and they were propagating against Pakistan. The Muslim Indian participants, I don't even know their names. One of them was called Atik, or maybe the other one was Shuaib. I don't know them as I haven't faced them before. But of course, the kind of narratives they were coming up with, that was exclusively childish, and I didn't want to reply any of them, because I kept on saying that those who are considered as third class citizen in their own country, I'm not saying it, of course, there is someone, Swami Subramaniam, who once said that Indian Muslims, they are not equal citizens as any other citizens of the India, but they are often considered as someone who should not be in their country at all, and they keep on getting this notion from the Hindutva ideology that all of these Muslims who are still in India, they should leave the country. So I kept on saying all of these Indian Muslim guests that I would rather talk to the first class Indian citizens who were sitting in this show, because Indian Muslims, they are not having that kind of stature in India. And all of these people, they were being used by this particular show to, of course, somehow put a match with Pakistan. And I was the only one who was from Pakistani side, and rest of all, they were from their own side. And the kind of childish narrative they were coming up with, I'll just show you a highlight of it.
अगर
आपने अपने एयर स्पेस दे दी है। नहीं देखिए, बोलने की बात क्या है, आप एक चापलूस और कंगाल देश हैं जो इजराइल के लाडले बन चुके हैं।
एक सवाल और भी जानना चाहिए।
अगर श्वेत साहब
सुनिए राजा साहब,
फॉर्म में आ जाऊंगा, फिर मैं आपकी ना
राजा साहब
बना दूंगा।
इसका भी जवाब दे देना।
पहले तुमने ये कहा था कि ये जो मुसलमान बाकी पीछे रह जाएंगे ना इंडिया में, ये पूरी जिंदगी ना अपनी चाकरी शो करते रहेंगे, कुत्ता बने रहेंगे, बाकी सबका ये साबित करने के लिए ये बड़े देश
अगर भारत के मुसलमानों ने तय कर लिया ना तो ऐसे ही बहा देंगे। सुनिए, नहीं सब हो सकता है, आप मत जाओ। राजा ये बताओ कि जब ईरान ने ये कहा कि अगर हम पर हमला होता है तो पाकिस्तान हमें यहाँ से बचाने आएगा, तो तुम्हारे जनरल और तुम्हारे हुक्मरान क्यों पलट गए, पीछे क्यों आ गए, बताओ।
आपको ये भी पता है कि पाकिस्तान के पासपोर्ट के ऊपर आज भी क्या लिखा हुआ है कि पूरी दुनिया में आप इस पासपोर्ट से सफर कर सकते हैं, लेकिन इजराइल नहीं। उसकी वजह यह कि इजराइल
मगर देखिए, आप कुछ भी कहे, आप इजराइल के साथ है, आप अमेरिका के साथ है कि नहीं है? राजा फैसल पूछता है भारत, राजा फैसल देखिए, शांत हो जाओ, मेरी बात सुनो राजा।
चुल्लू भर पानी इसमें डूब के मर जाओ।
जगह से
राजा साहब, ये चुल्लू भर पानी में डूब के मर जाना चाहिए आपको। चुल्लू भर पानी में पाकिस्तान के हुक्मरानों, उसके जनरल, उसके फौज के लोगों को मर जाना चाहिए। इन्होंने ईरान
को बोलने दे।
आप यहाँ पे फेक न्यूज लेके आ रहे हैं कि शायद पाकिस्तान छोड़े। वो खुद वहां पे वाशिंगटन में खड़े होकर वो ये बात कर रहे हैं कि B-2 बॉम्बर भेजने का मकसद ही ये था कि ये लॉन्ग फ्लाइट्स के लिए इस्तेमाल होता है। उसके लिए उन्होंने फ्यूलिंग जो है उसके प्लेन्स जो है वो ऑलरेडी से स्टार्ट हुए थे। बाय द वे, आप खुद इंडियन ओशन रहते हैं और आपको ये तो पता होना चाहिए कि डियागो गार्सिया कहाँ है, वहां से ये इनके बॉम्बर्स जो है कुछ बॉम्बर्स वहां से उड़े हैं।
राजा पहले तो देखिए, जब आप बात करते हैं ना, जब आप तीव्र गति से बात करते हैं तो आपके जो शब्द है ना वो सुन नहीं पाता मैं। आप अपने शब्दों का वहां पे क्या कहते हैं खिचड़ी बना के रहे, मैं सुन नहीं पा रहा। आप मेरी बात सुनिए, आप नहीं मेरी बात सुनिए राजा जी, देखिए मेरी बात सुनिए।
As you might have seen that alongside replying all of these stupid participants in this debate, I kept on highlighting the true reality of the content from Pakistan, in which, of course, I highlighted what Pakistan's narratives are and what was the Pakistan's standing in this whole Israel-Iran war. Let's see some more highlights of this very show. You will understand what I'm trying to say.
खबीस तशरीफ के घोड़े के कीड़े हो तुम, इसलिए लानती मुल्क इस पूरी दुनिया में बना है वो पाकिस्तान है। और याद रखना, बलूचियों पर जो तुमने जुल्म किया है वो जुल्म की इंतहा हो चुकी है। अब बलूचिस्तान एक नया देश बनेगा, पीओके भारत में मिलेगा, मुहाजिरों के साथ कितना पाकिस्तान का नाम भिखारिस्तान, आतंकिस्तान। अरे हमारी दो बहनों ने
राजा फैसल आपको छोड़ने से पहले एक सवाल मेरी तरफ से, उसके बाद हमारी अपनी डिबेट है। देखिए, पाकिस्तानी इतना ही कहना काफी है कि ये पाकिस्तानी है। अब ये इनकी मजबूरी है, विवशता है, कुछ भी है। मगर एक बात कहो, कोई राजा साहब कोई भी डिसीजन आप ले ऐसा कंट्री, राजा फैसल एक बात है, इनकी बात सुनिए। राजा फैसल दो बातें मैं आपकी हिम्मत की दाद देता हूँ। पाकिस्तान का जो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड है वो मिलता है वहां से, पाकिस्तान का जो आपको पानी है वहां से मिलता है। आपको गिरते रहो, मरते रहो, झुकते रहो, परंतु मुस्कुराते रहो। मगर एक बात है, जनरल सिन्हा साहब मेरी बात सुनिए। जनरल सिन्हा साहब हमारे साथ जो है, देखिए हमें मतभेद है, मैं खुलकर कह रहा हूं, हमारे मतभेद है शोएब जमाई से, आतिकुर रहमान से हमें मतभेद है। हम नहीं मानते ईरान का समर्थन करना चाहिए। आतिक और रहमान जी, पाकिस्तानी जो है हमारे प्रोग्राम पर, राजा फैसल को क्या कहना चाहेंगे? आज इजराइल के साथ खड़ा है ये देश, ये इजराइल के साथ खड़ा है। आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे उनको, आतिक और रहमान जी?
फिर तो ना बोलिएगा, ये आपको हुश हुश करके ना आपको कुत्तों की तरह मुझसे
अरे ट्रंप ने कहा, राजा फैसल, ट्रंप ने कहा आसिफ मुनीर एग्रीज विद मी। आपको खुलकर ट्रंप ने कहा पाकिस्तान एग्रीज विद मी, पाकिस्तान मेरे साथ खड़ा है ईरान के खिलाफ। एक शब्द निकला आपके, एक प्रेस रिलीज निकली। अरे भैया, आप तो अन्ना गोस्वामी के खिलाफ प्रेस रिलीज करते थे ना, आप इस्लामाबाद में बैठ के।
तो स्टेटमेंट ही ये आई है कि पाकिस्तान कंडेम करता है B2 का जो अटैक हुआ है।
पाकिस्तान ने कभी कहा ट्रंप झूठ बोल रहा है?
नेशनल स्टेटमेंट है।
पाकिस्तान ने कभी बोला कि ट्रंप झूठ बोल रहा है? पाकिस्तान ने कहा,
और पाकिस्तान ने कंडेम किया इसराइल को भी, और पाकिस्तान।
And now I'll take you to the another debate which was in English, and that was entirely about Pakistan and Pakistan's stance on Israel-Iran war, in which all three guests, they were from Pakistani side. One of them was PTI's leader. He is a spokesperson for PTI on the Indian channels. And of course, Hamid is a colleague in terms of he's a journalist, not living in Pakistan. He's living in UK, but he was present in this bout as well. But somehow they just wanted to create divisions within Pakistan in terms of what Pakistan thinks about Iran, what Pakistan thinks about Israel. But overall, in this show, they wanted to maintain that Pakistan was not standing with Iran, whereas it is entirely a fake news. Pakistan stood with Iran in terms that Pakistan believes that Iranian sovereignty was challenged by Israel, and Israel was the aggressor in this episode of the conflict. And after that, of course, when it comes to B-2 bombers used by US to bomb the bunker busters within Iran, of course, Pakistan condemned that as well. All Pakistan wanted was a true solution to the conflict and a de-escalation in this crisis. And of course, as it has been affecting the whole world, Pakistan was getting affected by it as well. Pakistan does not want another destabilized country on the border, and Pakistan wanted a de-escalation so that Iran can remain stabilized in terms of writ of the government within Iran. Now, here are some highlights from this show.
Trump said that Asif Munir agrees with me against Iran.
No, he didn't say.
Oh, he said.
Yes. No, he didn't say.
He said that, Raja. He said that, Raja.
What he said was,
I will.
clarify.
1 minute, yeah, guys, don't talk over each other. Like, please.
Pakistan knows Iran better than a lot of us. This was the exact wording.
No. They're not happy with Iran, which means Asif Munir went and abused Iran in the meeting with Trump.
No.
Listen, what do you mean? No. अंग्रेजी समझ में नहीं आती है क्या आपको? Yeah, no.
Is not happy with the conflict on its borders. That's what.
Okay, let me remind you. Let me remind you. And then he said,
have a conflict on the borders.
Raja,
apart from this conflict, this war, Pakistan's policy towards Iran is based on deception and deceiving. I mean, Pakistan की जो policy रही है, वो ईरान के हवाले से कोई इजराइल के हवाले से तो कोई इंडिपेंडेंट पॉलिसी नहीं है। ईरान के हवाले से पाकिस्तान हमेशा स्टैंड करता है, अपीस करता है सऊदीज को। जब सऊदीज को अपीस करेगा तो डेफिनेटली डिक्लेरेटिव पॉलिसी पे नहीं जाना चाहिए। पाकिस्तान की डिक्लेरेटिव पॉलिसी ईरान के हवाले से कुछ और है, और जो ग्राउंड के ऊपर पॉलिसी है वो कुछ और है, लॉन्ग स्टैंडिंग पॉलिसी है। पाकिस्तान ने खुद स्ट्राइक की है ईरान के ऊपर कुछ अर्सा पहले।
Arnab, I have listened both of them, and believe me, I was not present where Hamid was present, so I believe I will be heard by Abdul Samad. And Abdul Samad referred to one of the attack which was conducted by Pakistan air raid in Saravan, Iran. That air raid was in retaliation of an air raid which was conducted by Iran inside Pakistan. And when Pakistan conducted that air raid, you remember very next day in the morning, the presser which was held inside Iran, they said that none of the people who got killed in this air raid were Iranians, they were aliens. It means they endorsed Pakistan's point that the 7 different locations where Pakistan bombed in Sarawan, them
No, Raja, forget all that. Raja, forget all that.
Arnab, if we talk about Trump, Trump really likes to invite the victorious people for the lunch and not the ones who were the losers.
Was Asif Munir strip searched by the White House security?
Yeah, any more stupid news.
Of course he was. He was not allowed to drive the car.
What means you can bring?
Not at all.
Yeah, listen to me.
Yeah, you guys have to have a limit. Yeah.
He is field marshal of a victorious country. He was not conducted that kind of
Mr. Yaqub.
The first thing they should have done at the fifth is to condemn the American strikes on over Iran.
AP.
I think
I'm quoting
Pakistan has
AP,
played a
Associated
very
Press.
positive
I'm
role.
quoting Reuters. Both of them, they are reporting that Pakistan condemns the US.
Have you
peace
named
forward
America even once? Have you?
Friends, as you might have seen, the kind of narratives which were being promoted within this episode, within this show, the debate, of course, it is entirely related to Iran and Israel. And somehow, the gist of the show is that they were seeking a division within Pakistan, which can't be seen. If there was any sort of detract narrative which was highlighted in this episode by the political spokesperson, that was there and then, of course, elaborated in a way that every thought is cleared. And after that, of course, we can figure out that nothing was found odd within all of these participants in this show. One thing is for sure, this show was one of its kind, because this was very first time that in any show of Arnab Goswami at Republic, they were all participants from Pakistani side, and none of the Indians, they were present in this episode. Reason being, probably they are still scared that somebody would be highlighting aspects about May 2025. You might have seen a few of the highlights in this show which I have shared, that there were few aspects which were highlighted, and how Pakistan performed in this war, and why Sayyid Asim Munir, the field marshal, was invited at the Oval Office for the luncheon, but none of the Indians were invited. And I have in my previous episodes highlighted this, that why Pakistan was invited and not the Indians. And when it comes to Field Marshal Sayyid Asim Munir, what kind of role he played to de-escalate, and what kind of role he played to calm things down on the borders of Pakistan, especially when it comes to Israel-Iran conflict. That's it for today. This is what I had to share with you. I hope you understood what kind of narratives they were being tried to sharpen up against Pakistan. But when it comes to, of course, our presence is pivotal to be in these shows, so that at least, even if it is for instant, we can show them the mirrors and we can show them the realities. I know there are many people who believe that we shouldn't be there. I mean, I keep on getting this from the people, that I shouldn't be in this show. Many of the friends, they keep on contacting me and they say that I shouldn't be in this show. Reason being, they always keep the feeders down of our side of the volumes. Of course, my volume, it gets tempered from their studios, but still presence is pivotal. Reason being, at least, even if it is for an instant, the Pakistani side of the reality, which is the true reality of any narrative, is being presented, rather than somebody just knocking around their own fake news, as they are known for propagating the fake news. If you have any questions, or if you want to tell me something about these shows, and if you want to advise me why I shouldn't be in these shows, please do let me know in the comments. Take very good care of yourself, and if you haven't subscribed so far, do subscribe this channel. I'm always here to talk to you.